You can be exhausted and still not be profitable. You can be working harder than you ever have and quietly losing money. And in 2026, the market is not going to care about how busy you are. Because guess what? Interest rates, they are higher than most people expected. Labor costs, they haven't come back down yet, and they probably won't. Insurance costs keep climbing, compliance costs are rising again, and we're in tax season, where the numbers stop being a feeling and start being a fact. If your business can't tell the difference between activity and profitability, the next phase of the economy is going to expose that. Welcome back to the Heartbeat of Money. I'm Jon P. Moffitt, and in episode 1, we talked about clarity before capital. In episode 2, we talked about how AI doesn't fix chaos, it amplifies it. And today, we're going to talk about something even more uncomfortable: the difference between being busy and being profitable. Because heading into 2026, activity alone will not save your business. And this isn't hypothetical anymore. It's happening right now. A lot of business owners are about to file their taxes and realize something very, very painful. They worked their butts off. They worked hard, and they didn't keep very much of that money. And here's the truth most don't want to hear. You can be incredibly busy and still not be building a profitable business. In fact, a lot of burnout doesn't come from working too hard. It comes from working hard on the wrong things. And this is where owners really start to feel it. They pour time, energy, and emotion into a product, service, or customer relationship, and then finally run the numbers and realize they didn't make anything on that. And worse, they probably lost money. So, busy feels productive. Profit is what sustains your business, not being busy. And heading into 2026, margin pressure is real enough that you don't get to ignore this anymore. Now, before we go any further, I need to pause here because there's an important step almost everyone misses. Your financial statements, they'll show you your overall performance. But you know what? They will not actually tell you which products or services are actually making you money. Most business owners track revenue in buckets that are too broad, like sales, service, income. But profitability doesn't live in those buckets. Profitability lives inside products, services, delivery methods, labor, time. And AI cannot accurately tell you what's profitable unless you teach it how your revenue is actually built. So before we ask AI which part of your businesses are profitable, we need to define what actually exists inside the business. This is not accounting work. This is economic truth. And this is where clarity usually hits hard. So inside the same AI project you've been working through in episode 1, I want you to do this. Do not open a new chat. Do not change the context of what you've been putting in there. We're going to layer the clarity into this project. So before judging profitability, use this first prompt in there. And this will be in the body of the description of the video so you can copy and paste it in. But before analyzing profitability, help me break down my business into its core products and services. Ask me questions to identify each major product, service, pricing model, delivery method, and customer type that contributes to revenue. And then answer these questions slowly. Take your time. Most owners realize right here how complex their business actually is. Now, let's go a layer deeper because revenue alone doesn't tell you the truth. Cost does. So here's the next prompt that I want you to put in there. Based on my responses, help me allocate major cost categories: labor, time, overhead, materials, software, and support to each product or services as realistic as possible. Identify where costs are shared and estimate or unclear. This is where things really start to make sense because many business owners aren't tired from growth. They're actually tired just from misalignment. They're busy serving products that don't carry their weight, busy supporting services that quietly lose money, busy protecting things that no longer serve their business. Now and only now, we let AI reflect profitability. So here's the third prompt. Using the products and service breakdown and cost allocates, identify which offerings appear most profitable, least profitable, or potentially unprofitable. Highlight assumptions and uncertainties, but do not recommend any changes yet. That's important. So, read this response slowly, chew on it. This is often the moment where owners realize they've been spending most of their time on the least profitable parts of their business. And here's why it matters right now. Tax season will show you your total numbers. It will not tell you where it came from. And heading into 2026, margin pressure actually doesn't hit all products equally. Interest rates don't affect every service the same way. Labor costs don't hit every offering the same way. And insurance and compliance don't impact the revenue stream the same way. Some offerings absorb pressures, others collapse under it. And if you don't know which is which, you don't actually know your business. So now let's bring the environment into focus with one more prompt, okay? Given current economic conditions, and this is the prompt you're going to put in, given current economic condition, interest rates, labor costs, insurance, regulatory pressures, and potential tariffs impacts, assess whether this business, product, and service appears resilient, vulnerable, or overexposed. Identify margin risks that could worsen if conditions tighten further. This is where the future starts to show up, because the business that survives the next phase of the economy won't be the busiest one. They'll be the ones with clear margins, disciplined offerings, intentional customers, and leaders who understand where the profit actually comes from. And here's the core truth about this episode. Activity will not save you. Effort will not save you. Being busy will not save you. But guess what will? Profitability will. And clarity around profitability gives you options to grow, options to restructure. You might even want to exit, but it'll also give you the option to breathe a little bit. So don't rush to fix anything yet. Remember, we're just getting clarity. Sit with what you see, especially during tax season when the numbers are already right in front of you. Most business owners have never looked at their business this way. And once you see it, guess what? You can't unsee it. So, in the next episode, we're going to talk about another place where owners get surprised. And that's their taxes when they sit down to do them. And why most business owners don't actually have a tax problem. They have a planning problem. And we're going to dive into that. And while you're waiting until April, or if you're waiting till April, it's actually too late. So I hope this episode hit home. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. This is Jon P. Moffitt with the Heartbeat of Money.